Join me here today as we're in Atlanta, visiting two seemingly unrelated sites, the Varsity Restaurant and Centennial Park. But first, let's take a look at this. This is Tim, and if you're like me, you like to hear the backstory. Some of you may remember back in the day when Paul Harvey had his program, The Rest of the Story. Well, today we're in Atlanta, Centennial Park, the site of the 1996 Olympics. And I want to give you just a little bit of the backstory, a little bit of the story that's here at Centennial Park, and specifically the bombing that happened on July 27th, 1996. While we're here in Atlanta, a little bit later, we're going to go to the Varsity. And while you would think Centennial Park and the bombing and the Varsity Restaurant don't have anything in common other than the fact that they're in Atlanta, but geographically, there's some proximity there, they're pretty disconnected. And for me, I've just got a short time in Atlanta, so these are the two things I wanted to see on this trip. And maybe on another trip, we'll see some other things, like the aquarium, the Coca-Cola Museum, the College Football Hall of Fame. How in the world do we miss that? Rudy. And of course, the Varsity was right across the street from Georgia Tech University, which Georgia Tech University is the school that was in the Rudy film. As a matter of fact, it was Brad Waterworth was the tight end that Rudy ran around in order to sack the quarterback and become a legend in Notre Dame history.
Hi, I'm standing here in the Olympic Centennial Park here in Atlanta, and this is a memorial dedicated to the remembrance of Richard Jewell. On July 27, 1996, he was working security at the Olympics, and there was a concert going on in this park. And he observed a suspicious backpack under one of the benches. He alerted the security officers, the police, and it was found out that there was a bomb because the bomb did explode. Tragically, it killed 2 people, but ultimately saved hundreds of lives. Now over here is the exact spot where the bomb was planted, where Richard found it. Richard was a hero. He saved lives by his observance of that backpack. But for 88 days, he had to suffer the humiliation, the scrutiny. He was labeled hero turned suspect because of false rumors about him. It affected him mentally as well as physically. But I'm happy that there is at least this remembrance that when people come to this park, they will see that Richard Jewell was a true hero and not a villain. Yeah, there was one unique time in my life where I walked into a business here in Atlanta, and as I was at the front desk, I looked back and I saw a guard standing there, and for that split second I thought, is that Richard Jewell? And I looked back and our eyes met, and he gave me that look of, yeah, I'm Richard. We looked at each other for a second, did the man nod, and he walked away. I'll never forget that moment. It was a unique point in my life to actually have a moment to actually see this guy, not necessarily meet him, but to know he was the man responsible for saving lives that fateful day in 1996.
We are at the Varsity in Atlanta. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. So follow us. We're going to go in and sample Atlanta's finest. All right, so this is going to be an experience. So, from humble beginnings to one of the most amazing restaurants in all of Atlanta, the Varsity started with a college dropout. Now, legend has it that as he was being expelled from Georgia Tech University, the dean told him, "You will never amount to anything." As legend goes, he opened up a hot dog stand right outside of the front gate of Georgia Tech, and today you have the result of the motivation of somebody being told, "You will never amount to anything." Well, I would say he's amounted to something. The Varsity started out catering to hungry college students, and now it caters to most of the hungry appetites here in Atlanta. What do you have? What do you have? Is the call that we all recognize and we all love when we come back to the Varsity.
Number 6, the naked dogs.
Yeah.
It's just a hot dog on a bun.
Just a hot dog on a bun. So there you go.
So the most popular is number 1,
Okay.
the chili dogs.
All right.
And my preference is number 7, the slaw dogs.
So I'm kind of guessing you've been here before.
I've been here many times.
Okay, so there you go. Now, are the folks behind the counter, are you a regular? Are they going to say, "Hey, Brian, what do you have?
No,
what do you have?"
not that regular.
Not that regular. All right, this will be great.
What do you have? What do you have?
Gotta
How you
have.
doing, sir? Dine in, let's go.
9 in.
Welcome.
Okay, we want a number 1 combo,
Fries, onion rings,
onion rings,
Onion rings, what type of drink?
Coke,
Coke.
and then a number 7 combo, onion rings, and an orange drink.
The liquor orange drink.
Yeah, the Varsity.
Would you like an apple pie, peach pie, sweet potato pie?
So, Kevin, how long have you worked here?
I just returned, but I originally started in 2013 and I stayed till 2019.
And what do you love about it?
The communication with the people is the yelling and to get in the full experience.
Give them a full experience.
My
Hey,
best customers sometimes be from out of town because they've never seen this.
Yeah.
So I have to get them, everything I say come from the bottom up and out.
Law Dog, is that like amazing?
You know, the term car hops originated here at the Varsity. On busy days, the servers would actually jump onto the running boards of the cars while they drove into the parking lot. That's what happened. The Varsity serves over 25,000 customers a day, and it is the single largest restaurant that serves Coke products. It's amazing. Just look around. All these people.